I actually came up with an idea in my last game, that I wanted to go to Napoli and conquer them, because they would probably be pretty easy. Although I noticed that there's some kind of, probably because of the rice mod, there's some thing that I'm completely unaware of how it works. Which is, there's some kind of Sicilian struggle, the Sicilian frontier. It's a struggle that is added by a mod. I have no idea how that works. It looks like potentially it might even end before I get there, though. It'll take me a few years to get there, because I'm going to take the land route in order to get there. I previously tried to go and convert the ruler of Alexandria to my faith, and that did not work at all. But you know what? I noticed that I was thinking about my previous playthrough I've done before in the past, before I started recording my playthroughs, where one of my dynasty members conquered a lot of the Middle East, and I ended up in a very, very defending them against a very, very long, never-ending jihad that was only ended when the child who declared the jihad died of old age. And it lasted for like 60 years and multiple generations. And it was really annoying. And this was because one of my Crusader King relatives decided it would be a good idea to conquer the entire Middle East for no reason. And the thing about that is that when you're a Catholic or any kind of Christian, you know, the Muslims get angry when you possess holy sites like Damascus and Mecca for no reason. And they will declare unlimited, never-ending jihads against you, which are really annoying. So reflecting on that, I've decided it might not be a bad idea for me to actually have some members of my dynasty intentionally join a Muslim faith, so that way if I need to give any, I'm not going to be dragged into a crusade because I'm a righteous Christian and not a Catholic, so the Pope can't call me into a crusade that I might regret. But even if I want to conquer any other lands in the Middle East, it might not be a bad idea to grant them to a family member who is part of a Muslim faith. The problem with that is that my faith is female-dominated, and Muslim faiths are not only male-dominated, they're male-only. So I would never be able to actually grant a title to a man, and it would be impossible for me to grant a title to a Muslim because only men can hold titles in their faith. It would be literally impossible for me to grant them a title. So, in the long run, what I'm going to do is make sure that one of my sons, maybe not my son, but maybe like my daughter's son, is able to convert to this guy's faith, which is Ismailism. Or Ismailism. I want to support the Shia Caliphate and make sure. One of the many benefits, though, of Ismailism is that not only do they have esotericism like me, which means that they have wise man as a virtue like me, but they also have taqiyya, which is my goal, which is my key to get one of my dynasty members in to, being a landowner who is a Muslim. By doing this, by having taqiyya, they are able to, let's see here. It should say, oh, hang on, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's struggle and submission that allows it. Right. It is struggle and submission, which is their version of, like, it's their version of the Christian one, which is, armed pilgrimages. It's what allows them to declare great holy wars, in their case, a great jihad. but it also allows the become an adventurer decision, which means that if I educate one of my sons to become this faith, to be fair, Asharism also has it, which might be better because my wife actually is part of the Ashari faith. So maybe that would be better just because of that. It would be easier to get it. But there isn't as good synchronicity with that. And it would take a long time for me to be able to get there anyway. Regardless, if I could get one of my sons to have that faith, then he would, unable to inherit anything at home, he would probably become an adventurer and then would go and create, you know, more members of my dynasty that could conquer land over here and maybe become a landowner. Somebody who I could, if I ever need to, grant titles that would not drag me into a jihad later on and piss everyone off that a Christian is controlling land that they don't need to. Meanwhile, I'll be able to focus where I want to over here in Napoli, but that's enough. That's all enough talking. I've spent enough time talking about my strategy. Let's jump right into it. Okay, the sound cut out and I became afraid that the game crashed, but it didn't. Let's jump straight into it. Ideally, I want to start a contract that is a scheme. Let's see. Are any of these actual schemes? This is a learning scheme. Solicit charity. How will I solicit charity here? I'm not, is Mali. That doesn't make any sense. This is a martial scheme. Let's do this. I'm not gonna solicit charity from another faith. That probably won't work. Anyway. What a wonderful place to stay this was. Yeah. Water of Jordan. Monthly piety per legitimacy level and legitimacy game. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Who cares about the consequences? I will go ahead and do this hired muscle contract. Unfortunately, the last episode I was editing was episode 10. So I'm not actually... I don't remember very well what was going on just before this, but it's probably going to be fine. Will this guy be better? He probably is. I mean, he definitely is. The only question is whether he would be better as footpad or a lookout. It doesn't matter. My wife doesn't work. No matter what. He only needs to work on making kids right now. Okay, with that scheme going, I can now instruct knights. This is just a character interaction. Let me see those men. Now then, I'm supposed to train one of your knights. Now obviously, I've got 29 prowess. This guy's got 2 prowess. He's a knight, you say. I will go ahead and train him. Yeah. There we go. I increased his prowess, I think. This guy is 60. What are these knights? That guy had 2 prowess. This guy is 60, although to be fair, you know, he could be a lot better for all I know. He's not. He's terrible. He's got military engineer, which is okay. So I guess I should teach him flexible leader, since he's obviously a better commander. He can't keep up, okay? And then we have the 17-year-old, who is presumably pretty good, right? No. Wrong. Maybe I should conquer these guys after all. This guy is absolutely terrible. Okay, good. Well, go and, you know, kill some Catholics or something, I guess. Because he's zealous, you know. Have fun with that. Aggressive attacker. You can kill 25% more people who are kind of like me. I'm gonna be leaving now that you mention it. See you later. Have fun with your new skills. Something tasty at the next town. Alright, my wife is upset because she wants food, which is pretty typical. Okay, that's fine. Collect taxes, then. This is in fact not a scheme. Okay. Smaller group travels faster. I don't want to move my camp, even though it's literally here. This is easy. I've got unlimited stats. You are... This woman has actually got halfway decent defenses against me. Yeah, that's not good. Her stewardship was a little bit difficult. Even if mine was significantly better, still enough to cause problems. Okay, her learning is apparently quite pathetic. Oh yeah, what terrible learning against mine, at least she doesn't stand a chance. A learning challenge, I win. And then this guy has got... Yeah. This guy's obviously not going to... His learning is, like, not good. Okay, now this is the interesting part. My gut tells me that they genuinely lack the coin to pay, and my investigations have largely borne that out. So, the funny thing is, regardless of what it actually, you actually find, you're able to basically still decide, and this doesn't even, like, cause you to gain stress if you happen to be honest or something like that. Which is funny. You'd think that you would gain stress if you were like, oh, they can't pay, but I'm gonna tell them that they can... Tell them that they actually can pay full. What's funny, though, is that you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say, tell them they can't pay, which, of course, causes me to fail, but I do get provisions from the people, which is actually something I desperately need now that I look at it. And I gain a lot of prestige for telling the truth to defend the people. Sheikh Ijak is unlikely to be a fan, of course, which means I won't see any coin. But what kind of price can you pay for put on adulation anyway? Yeah. Convivial evening follows until Ghazi is able to pull me aside for a quiet chat. You've done right by us, as I know you would. I respect that in a leader. If you'd like, I have connections elsewhere I could use to reinforce your good name in the Yusufid Emirate. Oh. I can get a pressed claim in the Yusufid Emirate. That is... Let me just double check here. Because, like, that obviously encompasses, that encompasses this whole region here. Okay, but here's the problem, though. What I was saying before. None of this is my holy sites. This would put me right into... No, I can't do that. I don't want to encroach on their territory here. I was just saying I don't want to take Damascus or any Muslim holy sites or any of their... Jerusalem and Alexandria are all that I care about. That's not good. Just have a mental breakdown, I guess. Just travel to accept this. Okay. I'm always looking... I need to be scouting for talent, no matter what. Okay, I'm transcribing text about the Mashriki culture. Which apparently I know a whole lot about. Oh, yeah, that didn't work. Well, it wasn't as good as I wanted, but it was okay. Also, I need to gather provisions. I really shouldn't have, like, got a really massive military. Here we go. Because it's causing me lots of problems. These are expired. There we go. Now I'm back up to having a good amount of provisions. This is gonna actually be kind of difficult for me to get around. Because I have to pay very close attention to how it is that I'm gonna be feeding my army. Like, if I go this way and just stop in a random place, where is this? This is just a random castle. That's gonna consume most of my provisions. Is there any way that I can try and... No, there isn't. Let's just go ahead and go. Start moving my camp.